Hi everyone, I hope you're okay. I've been having lots of fun today making some stamped labels. Here is the first one that I have done. And then I did this one, and I also stuck some newspaper cuttings on there as well. And then I did this one, which goes this way, and I used the Elizabeth Craft Designs number stamps for that. Don't think that one's quite finished, but this is where I'm up to so far. So I thought I would show you how I went about making these and just give you some of the tips and tricks and things that I've just learned along the way whilst doing this project this morning. So the labels I used are these ones here. They are from a shop called The Works in the UK. They were £1 and I found them in the corner, which I presume I'd put there to put them away. They were still sat there and I'd forgotten about them. So that's what I've been using. Now, ideally, they would have been more matte than they are. They're not entirely glossy. Which way around is it? Yeah, they're not entirely glossy, but they do have a bit of a sheen. It hasn't been a problem, to be honest. I thought it would be, but it hasn't. I did at first try using some of this. And I also tried using some clear gesso, but I didn't like the finish when I'd done that. So I thought, let's just have a go with how they are. And as you can see, they've worked out fine. I've used permanent ink and nothing is budging, nothing's smudging. So I've been working in groups of 5. For some reason, I've got one missing here. I don't know where that's gone, so I'm gonna just get another 5. So I'll just take you through the steps one by one of what I actually did. So first I got my, well, I've only got 4, oh no, 5. So first I got my antique linen. As you all know, if you've been watching me recently, I like this just to colour the page, to make it look a bit older. So I've been getting my antique linen and smudging this on with one of these brushes. It's only quite faint, so you may not be able to pick it up on camera, but it gives the white a bit more of a yellowish tone. Once I'd finished doing that, I then got gathered twigs and went around the stickers and just coloured them with this ink. Now I'm going to turn the sound off for this because with them being a bit shiny, it makes a horrible squeaking noise. Because of the coating on the paper, I've been really careful to heat set the ink after every step and every bit of stamping that I do, just to try and limit the amount of smudging whilst I'm working on other parts. I'm just going to heat set this. So once I'd done that, I then got some brown tissue paper, and this is where I created this kind of patchwork effect with the paper. I think it ages it lovely, and I think it just gives it a little bit of interest and texture. We're just going to put some brown paper onto, just randomly onto here. If there's a straight edge, I put the straight edge on the edge of the sticker so that it doesn't, it doesn't stand out. Although if you want that kind of standout look, like a patchwork look, you could do that as well. Like it's been, like sometimes you get that old sellotape that's been repaired, that's repaired the paper. That might look quite nice. So I've just been using a little bit of matte medium, just a tiny bit. I've not been putting loads on, and sticking that down. And what you'll find is, because matte medium is, it reacts to water, it starts to shift some of the colour, and that's where you get this really nice white coming through. That gives it that really nice character. So I've been doing that, just random. And another thing is, I have been making sure that anything that I stick onto here, such as tissue paper, doesn't go over doesn't go over the edge of the sticker, because obviously when I pull the sticker up, I want the tissue to come with it, and if it's stuck on here, it's either not gonna budge or it's gonna tear. So yeah, so I've just been thinking about that as well. Okay, just putting a bit on there. I think I might just put a little bit up here. This is actually pattern paper because I couldn't find my tissue. Okay, and again, I'm going to dry that off. Now for stamping, anything goes really. You can use whatever you've got in your stash. I have been going for this kind of blocky style with the labels. I just like the look of that. But you know, anything goes with these. You can do any theme. Butterflies, flowers, you can make it grungier, all types of things that you can do. This is just my method and the way I've been doing it this morning. So what I tend to have been doing, I've been using this stamp set. I showed you this on the video when I made, what did we make? Oh, the tickets. Yeah, so this is my favourite stamp set, and I've been using this, and I've been starting largest to smallest. So I usually kind of do this and go over the 3 kind of stickers. So I just start adding this stamp where I think it'll look good. If it doesn't come out very clear, I don't worry about that, because I think you know, that adds to the effect, the aging effect. I've also just been doing half stamps. I've been coming off the edge down here, and then then I've been doing the same over here. Okay, and I think I'm happy with that for this size. So I'm going to clean that off, and I'm going to heat set those. Keeping with the same wide stamp, but in the next size, I'm going to do exactly the same. I hope my light isn't too dark. It's a really nice day, but it isn't very bright coming into the room, so I hope you can see. I'm going to put that one just slightly hanging off. And there's no rhyme or reason to this. I just put them where I think they'd look good. Let's do that one there. Might do another one here. And I'm going to do one more here, I think. Lovely. Thinking about doing one just hanging off. I think I might just do one hanging off there. So just do half of one. Yep. So I'm going to heat dry that again. I've decided to put this circle here in this gap. So pop that on there. Okay. And perhaps a smaller one there. For the gap up here, I'm going to take this long one and I'm just going to put it on slightly. You turn this round. Just want it to go about there. Okay, should have gone over that way a bit, but that's fine. So once this step was done, it was just a case of going through all of my stamps, seeing what I had and filling in the gaps. I have also been using some of these stickers. They have just been in my stash. I think I may have got them in a Your Creative Studio box. And I was kind of thinking, you know, like, where am I going to use them? I didn't really know what to do with them. But then I noticed if you take them off, they are see-through. And I have used quite a few on these labels. So that's one. You can see because they're probably catching the light. Express is a sticker. This here is a sticker. So is that one. Typewriter is a sticker. What else is a sticker? Registered, here is a sticker. There's quite a few, so I'm going to use some of those as well. And this is a really good project if you have lots of things like this in your stash and you're not quite sure what to do with them, or if you have, lots of leftovers of labels, or, you know, anything goes really with this, just depending on what you want it to look like. So I'm going to get started. I've given up trying to keep my stamps neat because I'm in the middle of cleaning them, so I'm going to give them a good clean and then sort them back out. This is a gorgeous stamp. It's a flower. It's this one. So I've been putting things like that in there. So I'll show you that. And as I say, at this point then, just have a look through. This is how I've got into so much mess. You should have seen the state of my hands. Okay, so that one's in there. Stamp that off. Can you see? And usually I've been putting a few of these on, but I don't feel like I've got the room today, so that's that one. Then I tended to do numbers. Tending to do some numbers, and the good thing about this is because they're all different stickers, you can just put the same thing on each one because it's not a unit. So, you know, it's 5 different things. So let's stamp some numbers. Put those there. And now, because I want some numbers down here, but I've already got that there, I am going to switch it up a bit. And I'm going to choose make a long number that will fit all the way across. So where are all my other numbers gone? Let's do, what have I got here? 5309, 68. I'm going to use all the numbers. Just do one big number going across here. Okay. And then we could do just a 2-digit number. Look what's happened. I forgot to heat dry and I've smudged it. That's what's really important, to just set it a little bit if your paper's a little bit glossy. It doesn't matter, I can cover it up with something when I come to use the label. I'm going to put the little pointy finger onto there. And to use the little postcard stamp, just get the word postcard in. Put postcard here. Smudged it, never mind. I've got postcard there. The thing is with these, even if they go a little bit wrong, you get a little bit of a smudge, it doesn't matter because they're designed to be used as a background to something. So you could be making a cluster and just put one of these stickers on a piece of card and use it as a cluster base, perhaps. You could use it as part of a collage. So don't fret if it's not perfect. I always say that, it's only crafting. And crafting is going to look homemade because it is. It's made by your own fair hands. So what I'm going to do is carry on. I hope you can follow along as I speed it up a little bit and watch the process. And then towards the end, I'll show you what it's looking like. Speak to you soon. Another thing that you can use is transfers. These have got some really nice small numbers that I'll be able to fill the gaps in with. So I'm going to dig into these. I'm done for now. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to go over the newspaper bits with a little bit of gel medium just to try and prevent that ink from coming up. just a tiny bit. So here are our completed stickers. I'm in complete chaos. My craft room is a tip, but I absolutely love the outcome. So this is the one we have just done together. And then just a quick look at the ones I'd already done. Going to add a few more bits to that, but overall I'm really pleased with these. Great use of stamps, great use of transfers, great use of, you know, bits cut from the newspaper. That's all that these bits are, and they just lift. They lift it a little bit and stop the stamping from looking as flat, in my opinion, I think. But yeah, really happy with those. And then obviously what we would do is then, this is like a prototype one that I did. In a project, you can take that off. You could stick it to, let's find a scrap piece. You could stick it to a scrap piece of paper. I wouldn't particularly use this. This is just when I was trying. Back it, cut it out. Okay, you could round the corners, or you could punch the corners. You've got yourself a little label there, but you could then pop something over the top, such as, don't know, something like this. Make a bit of a cluster. You could just keep that as a label. If you inked around there, you've got a great label base. So they're really handy to have in your stash. To be honest, I will probably be hoarding these because I love them so much. But yeah, loads of uses for them. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care until I see you next time, and I will see you then. Bye.